I play so many indie games, it'd be a crime not to list my favorites multiple times every year.
I don't think that's a crime, maybe like unfortunate. Although crime's pretty unfortunate.
Shut up, Austin, and until then we're going to be sharing the top 5 indie games of spring 2015.
Today we're covering the top...
I said shut up. List time. You know that feeling you get in Final Fantasy Tactics after you've grinded for hours, min-maxed like you're on Wall Street and completely lost sight of the game's narrative? Massive Chalice doesn't have any of that. See, time is an actual thing in this game. As the years pass by, your heroes age and die. It's less about perfection and more about doing the best you can with limited time and control.
It's challenging in a way a strategy RPG has never challenged me before. It's easy to set up strong bloodlines by marrying off strong heroes at the start, but then they have kids and their kids have kids and suddenly your plan has gone wrong and then there's all this inbreeding and it reminds me of home.
Yeah, and you've got like a good century and a half to prevent your life from seeming like Austin's childhood. But shit, if you plan poorly, it's unlikely you'll make it the 300 years it takes to reach the end.
This game takes 300 years to play? Sweet Sega Dream!
In-game years, idiot.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
I just like the idea that you're raising an army, but you only ever pick your 5 best heroes to send into battle. Some of them have become scholars and read books for their entire lives, and the heads of your bloodlines fuck for their entire lives, and some of them are just completely freaking useless.
It's like a commentary on all of our lives.
Well, you are pretty useless.
Wow, rude.
The combat itself is solid, and at times, overwhelming. You have to play cautiously, picking apart the enemies bit by bit. When you break into a clearing and see a ton of enemies, or they catch you off guard, there's a pretty good chance that you're about to lose a hero. Permadeath pulls no punches. The class system makes for some creative team composition, as you'll need heroes with different abilities and stats depending on what type of enemies you're facing. Bad decisions make for dead heroes.
I don't know, man. My entire army was composed of hunters. You don't even need anything else.
Yeah, I tried that too. Late game, didn't work out so well.
Chroma Squad was easily the biggest surprise of spring for me. Like, a game about Super Sentai tropes? What? That's the thing with enough of an audience to get a video game?
People really fucking like Power Rangers.
I really fucking like Power Rangers.
And I quite like Chroma Squad. Just like Massive Chalice, it's a strategy RPG, which is kind of weird considering this really isn't the most popular of genres, and yet we've got 2 in a row. But it's a pretty streamlined kind of game, doing away with complex job systems, stat manipulation, and army management. But this makes it a much more lighthearted game, and it's better for it.
You control these stunt actors who get fed up with television's sleazy cash-in style approach to Sentai and want to make their own show. To do this, they make weapons out of cardboard and duct tape.
There's no fucking way anyone would watch a show where the costumes are made out of cardboard and duct tape.
People watch anime.
What, are you calling anime garbage? You watch anime.
I don't know, man, but I support these fools. They're so passionate. Chroma Squad's story may not be the most moving or interesting, but it's about as cheesy and as adorable as its source material, and people dig that.
You know, that's fair, and the combat is pretty fun as well. Instead of focusing on individual powers, this teamwork mechanic is emphasized in as many ways as possible. You can throw characters into and out of danger, or combine attacks with nearby teammates for big damage.
And if you get everyone lined up, they do this awesome rainbow attack, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
It is pretty cool, like the first few times anyways. Though I do like that you can decide whatever it is that they say whenever they do that attack, as well as what your team is called, and what their cheesy transformation line is. I mean, it's all great.
Chroma Squad wins major points for its presentation and its casual nature in general. I can play it for an hour or so, put it down, then get back into it without having to reverse engineer my brain from the last time I played. And because it's so charming, I want to keep playing.
Yeah, it really makes me want another Beautiful Joe game.
Ah, shit, I feel you there. Henshin a go-go, baby! Cut.
So many people want to call Titan Souls an isometric Shadow of the Colossus.
Is it an isometric Shadow of the Colossus?
No, it's fucking not, no.
God damn it.
Yes, there are several Titans in Titan Souls scattered throughout the map, and yes, they're all basically bosses, and yes, you do nothing but fight them. But Titan Soul's mechanics are almost nothing like Shadow's. They both tell a bit of a mysterious story, but Titan Souls dropped most of its storytelling in favor of a more focused gameplay approach.
Yeah, that's a good point. The comparison makes a lot of sense at first, though. All the bosses are huge, and there's a lot of variety between them.
That variety really pays off, as the key concept of Titan Souls is that you only have one arrow, and both you and the boss die in just one hit. So you can imagine that it'd get old if each fight wasn't uniquely challenging.
Yeah, it kinda sucks you in. Like, let's say you were a Legolas, or just really dang good at video games. You could start a boss and beat it in mere seconds, but most people would have to spend time trying to figure out patterns, dodging attacks, and trying to manipulate the boss into exposing themselves.
Something that Austin has a lot of experience with.
The fuck?
Then on top of that, you have to actually shoot their weak point. It's one of those games skilled players will make look disappointingly easy, but then when you try it out for the first time, you'll be like, excuse me, why is this so difficult?
Yeah, the game's pretty deceptively hard. I wasn't sure what to expect the first time I booted up Titan Souls, but then Todd was like, here, play it.
That's what I sound like.
And suddenly 2 hours of my life disappeared, and I should really stop talking to him. He's mean.
Or just stop talking in general, you know, whichever.
You wish.
Not a Hero, a game about getting a maniacal man in a purple bunny mask elected mayor on a strict murder all the crime platform, is probably one of the coolest action games I've ever played, and probably one of the most insane. Every level has some crazy MacGuffin reason for you to go murder everybody, but then also, don't forget to rescue the cake.
Seriously, this game is freaking bonkers.
Don't take my fucking word. Austin, don't take my fucking word.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's pretty bonkers. The central mechanic is like sliding between cover, which is, you know, how is that different? But as you can tell, since it's 2D, it's handled so differently from like a Gears of War or you're like Call of Duty. It's totally different.
It's like Quentin Tarantino's limbs were hocked off and shoved into an action game, though it kind of plays like a turn-based game. You lock into and out of cover by just tapping or holding spacebar, either shooting first or letting your enemy shoot first. Although some characters can both slide and shoot at the same time, and everything's still live, so...
No, I get what you mean. There's like a deliberate pace to the game, you know, it's rarely about running and gunning, more about acting and reacting quickly.
Yeah, exactly! So, a turn-based game within 2-second turns.
See, now it sounds stupid.
Dang it.
To be fair though, the game is kind of stupid too. After every mission, you go to this diner and talk with your boss about all the murdering you did, and like... what part of that is okay for a politician? Why is he wearing a mask? Who wants a mask-wearing mayor? You're really not supposed to take it seriously.
Although this game gets really fucking hard later on, that you can take seriously.
True, but so worth it. Once you can play this game at high speeds and high functions, replaying levels with different characters gives it some nice replay value and challenge. Each character has its own strengths and weaknesses, but towards the end they get pretty tricky, so figuring them out makes the game feel even more rewarding.
Nah, Jesus is all you need.
0% surprising, Austin. You're so fucking predictable.
Rude?
Rude? Yeah, fuck you. Ori and the Blind Forest is such a fantastic game. It's astounding. The visuals, the controls, the mechanics, the freaking narrative?
Right? It's like the Up of video games. You'll cry straight off the beginning and then probably at least one more time later. Maybe. It depends on how in touch you are with your emotions.
I'm like all about my emotions, so it definitely got to me. And beyond the actual story itself, it's told in a way that suits its gameplay. Ori and the Blind Forest is
a Metroidvania game.
A platforming adventure game with a focus on skill-based puzzles and challenges, fuck you. Each of the major areas, a couple of which you can revisit to find power-ups and such, fuck you, feature unique styles and aesthetics to help them stick out in your mind, fuck you.
I can't tell if you're being pedantic by not calling it a Metroidvania game, or if I'm being pedantic by insisting it is one.
You might just be saying pedantic because I made you say pedantic.
Yeah, probably.
Do you actually have words that you want to say about the game at some point?
Yeah, I was surprised by how fluid everything in Ori feels. It's pretty impressive. The animation itself is beautiful, yeah, but also the level design, the difficulty curve, and yeah, the narrative.
Of course the plot develops as you play, but not just like where you're at, but things happen elsewhere. There are other forces at play, and it feels that way.
Absolutely. It gives off the sense of mystery and genuine curiosity that a good game of this nature should have. You're wondering what's going on, but deeper than that, you just want to see everything.
This drive leads you to push on through what can be some very difficult platforming puzzles. There's an upgrade system you can use to improve little Ori's capabilities, but at the heart of it, this game is still tough.
Thankfully, the upgrade system comes with a built-in place-your-own-checkpoint mechanic, and I love it.
Yeah, it's probably because you suck at the game, and it makes it so you don't have to conform to the developer's sense of pace, which, of course, is what the developers wanted.
Oh, they fucking knew their shit.
Yeah, they did. Seriously, consider playing this game. As I said earlier, it's a platforming game, and the way they handle bosses...
Oh, yeah, those like... what would you call them?
I call them escapes.
Yeah, those. They're perfect.
They are so exhilarating. Like, I will remember the first one probably for the rest of my life, unless I get amnesia.
I hope I get amnesia.
What? Why would you have amnesia?
So I can fucking forget you!
I feel like that was really mean. Alright, that is our list. We hope you enjoyed it, and that maybe you found a game that you maybe haven't heard of, or you want to play, and you were like, should I play this? So I hope you know. And all of these games are at least on Steam, on the PC. So if you have one, give them a fair shake.
And not like you'd shake a baby, more like you'd shake a bottle of ketchup.
I mean like a handshake.
Well,
what is wrong with you? Hello everybody, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it, and I hope that you do check out Austin, aka Boku no Eruption. He's a great friend of mine, and he makes good stuff about all kinds of random shit, lots of Sega things, but also indie games. So definitely you can check out the video we did last year on the top 6 indie games of summer on his channel or in the annotations, but also, again, we're going to be doing that again. Most likely this summer it'll be on his channel again. So every season we're gonna alternate for as long as we can find enough indie games to fit into a list. So if that's a thing that interests you, then we hope to see you soon. Alright, thanks for watching.